Thank you so much. In studio, we have Honorable Nelly Chipchirchir. She is a principal magistrate. And I also have Diana Mwende. She's a court administrator to Nanoka Children's Court. Honorable Nelly, good morning.
Good morning, Miriam.
How are you doing?
I'm good, I thank God.
Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Diana Mwende, good morning as well.
Good morning, Miriam.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
Judiciary Dialogue Day. Let's just get into it. One would ask, what is this about?
The Judiciary Dialogue Day
Yes.
is a day where the judiciary is saying, come talk to us.
Okay.
Come ask all the questions that you have. Yes, and that's what the day is about. This is the second time we are having the Judiciary Dialogue Day. We had it last year, and it's the Chief Justice has now said that every other year, on the last Friday of January, we're going to be having the Judiciary Dialogue Day.
Okay.
And it's happening across all courts in the Republic.
Okay. So last Friday of January every year.
Yes.
Why should an ordinary citizen, an ordinary Kenyan citizen, care about Judiciary Dialogue Day?
Because this is the day that we are saying, come, let us talk.
Yeah.
For a very long time, people have thought that the judiciary or the judges, the magistrates are unreachable.
Yes.
You have so many questions to ask. You're going through a legal issue and maybe you really don't know where to turn. You've gone to court. You've spent years in court. And you really don't know who to ask anything.
Yes.
This is a day we are saying that come talk to us because we are open. The information is out there.
Yeah.
We listen to you and try our best to answer your questions or direct you to a place where you'll get the necessary help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the outcome of last year's Judiciary Dialogue Day? What did you come out with? What did you realize that, we've been ignoring certain things? Dana?
Thank you, Miriam. Quite a number of things came out, depending on each and every court. And we were able to learn on the disappointments and also get feedback on the strengths of the judiciary. We have worked on our weaknesses, and this is a continuous process. So we are grateful for the feedback that we got.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nelly, if you could just get deeper into it, you are at Tononoka Children's Court, right?
Yes.
From the feedback that you got from the citizen, what would you say was pressing, and did you work out all that, some of it even so?
Okay, let me take an example.
Yeah.
During last year's Dialogue Day, we had very many people come.
Yes.
Then there's this one gentleman that came with so many questions.
Okay.
He wanted to know how children homes operate, what are the legal limits, and whether if there's a problem with a children facility that he knows, how he will get help. As a result of his concern, during the convening of the Children Court Users Committee, we raised that issue, and it actually happened that there was a children home somewhere around this county that was running without any papers. The result, of course, the county security team took it up, and eventually the children services ended up closing that children home and taking those children to a safer place. Additionally, we had issues of people coming in. They don't know where to run, and I can say that especially for the men, they are denied maybe access to their children. They only think that the court is for women, and they really didn't know what to do. Last year, we saw a rise in men coming to court saying, I want access to my children. So I also have rights, right? And there were a lot of men now coming they were now the plaintiffs. The tables kind of turned. Yes. So it was really good, and it was also good feedback for them to tell us that we don't know how to reach you and we don't know how to get these services. So it improved the way we do our things. It improved our sensitization to the public. So it is a good thing, and we are hoping for more. where we are going wrong, we are also ready to listen.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hakimu, magistrate.
Honorable.
Honorable magistrate. Okay. Yeah, mimi swali langu litakuwa hili kwa sababu tunakwenda kupeana fursa ya wa Kenya kuwa na mazungumzo na idara ya mahakama. Yule ambaye anakusikiliza hivi sasa, ni vitu gani kabla hao waje mkae mzungumze, ni vitu gani ambavyo kwamba nyinyi upande wenu mmejiandaa kuzungumza nao?
Mambo mengi kabisa. Asante sana Salim kwa swali lako.
Yes.
Tumejiandaa kweli kweli. Na tunasema tutawaambia mambo yote kuhusu mahakama. Jambo la kwanza tutawaelezea kama mtu ana swali kuhusu sheria, haswa kama sisi tuko katika koti ya watoto. Kama mtu ana swali kuhusu mipangilio ya koti, je, nikitaka kuleta kesi kotini naanzia wapi? Ninaenda wapi? Ninafanya nini? Nitasaidika kivipi? Pia tumejiandaa kuelezea kuhusu njia mbadala za kutatua kesi, kama vile si lazima ukimbie mahakamani. Kuna ile inaitwa mediation. Okay. Kuna njia ambazo kama sheria ina deal na watoto. Tuko tayari kujibu maswali yao yote. Kama kwa mfano sasa tutakuwa na desks tofauti. Mtu akiwa na swali ya kuhusiana na civil case tutamdirect. Akiwa na swali kuhusiana na maybe criminal case tutamdirect. Kama ana swali kuhusu court processes, Madam Diana yuko hapa. Yeye ndio gwiji katika hiyo area. Amebobea. Atawa direct. Unaona? Swali kama kuna swali lolote, pia pale tutakuwa na mawakili. So that mtu akija na swali swali ambayo anataka ijibiwe, basi tutamuelekeza.
Okay. Diana, kwa upande wako wewe, yes, ni nani ambaye kwamba anafaa kuhudhuria hivi vikao vya mazungumzo ya idara ya mahakama?
Asante sana Salim.
Yes.
Kila mwananchi amekaribishwa. Sababu lengo letu ama nia yetu ni kushirikisha wananchi wote ili tuimarishe haki. Kwa hivyo every consumer of justice is welcome. Yes.
Every consumer of justice.
Yeah, pretty much every Kenyan. Pretty much every Kenyan.
Yes.
So most people feel like when you talk about court, when you talk about the court, you feel like you need to have a lot of money, right, to be able to access the services, right? So some people feel like court is for, if you do not have money, you shy away from it. What is the judiciary doing to make sure that justice is accessible to the ordinary citizen?
Thank you very much, Miriam. Firstly, remember that the Constitution mandates the judiciary to serve or dispense justice and make it affordable.
Yes.
Accessible. Accessibility is part of what the judiciary is so keen on. And you'll be surprised to know, and maybe you already know, that in the children court, you don't pay for anything. Services are free. Nobody will ask you, even if you go to the portal to file anything, it is completely free. And in the other courts, like the other magistrates courts,
Yes.
Fees has been minimized. So that initially, you could file, say, something called a plaint. A plaint is your first claim. If you file a plaint, it would be assessed depending on what you want. Maybe you have a land case and the land is worth maybe 10 million. So then the legal fees, the fees you pay, the court fees you pay would be equivalent to the claim that you're making in court. But to make it accessible, they've made like, it's a one-off fee. Once you pay the initial fees after assessment, you don't have to keep paying unless you're making a new filing again, or the fees has been minimized. You'll still pay, but not as much as you would initially. And then in the children court, services are completely free. You don't pay. You have a case today, maybe somebody feels, because remember again, these are children we are serving.
Yes.
And it is the best interest of these children. We are not looking at the parent and saying, you're working, so you have to give us legal fees. No, or court fees, sorry. No, it is the child whose best interests we are looking at.
Yeah.
So when you come with your court papers to the children court, it is just for you to upload. So how you will upload, if it is in the cyber,
Yes.
but sorry, when you get to the portal, the judiciary portal,
Yeah.
it will just tell you 0, 0, 0, as long as you make the proper choices.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's no court fees that is paid at the children court, and it has been made accessible even in the other courts by making it affordable.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So, help me understand. In a case where one has a case, okay, maybe there's been an incident. Of course, now we're talking about the children's court because that's where you are.
Yes.
Maybe now there's an incident, fine, and I want to report this case. Where do I begin? Like, what should I do first? Because I think the first thing we think about is I need to get a lawyer, right? And if I'm thinking about getting a lawyer, then there's a fee attached to that. Can I even afford a lawyer? So how do I skip this process of, hi, this is happening, I need a family lawyer, or because the moment I call a lawyer, there's money involved. So if you're telling me that it's free, guide me through the freeness.
First of all, make it clear. An incident in terms of, is it a crime?
Let's say it's a crime, or
a
it's
family issue.
let's say it's an offense. Maybe this child has committed a crime.
Oh, okay.
right? And so I want to report this, or maybe the other parent is now, it's the kid who's actually committed the crime. So we have two parties, right? Yes, the again, I'm not well conversant. You'll guide me. There's the opposing side, and then there's the
Okay, the complainant.
yes, the complainant and
the subject, say, because
Perfect.
in the children court, any child who's committed an offense is not called an accused person, like in the
Yes,
big courts.
yes, yes.
We call them either a subject
yes,
or a child in conflict with the law.
yeah.
So your first port of call would be the police station, I
Okay,
guess.
Okay.
Then from the police station, what is supposed to happen, because it is a child that has now committed a crime, or a child that is now in conflict with the law, the next person to call would be the children officer, who is supposed to be informed. In every matter concerning a child, the children officer must be informed
Yeah.
that there's a child here, and the child has done this and this and this.
Yes.
So after the children officer is informed, then they bring that child to court. Now when they, and in the criminal justice system, be it in the big courts or in the children court, there's no money paid because you have offended the state. You get?
Oh,
So now it is the state that is taking care of the victim.
yes.
So the case is brought by the prosecution.
Okay.
So after it has gone to the police station, the children department, then the prosecution must be involved, because they are the only ones who can lodge a criminal case
Yeah.
in court.
Yeah.
So once they bring this case to court, then in the children court, things are different. We don't read the charges to the children. We first explore, is there a way that this child or this case can be resolved before they take what we call plea. So then we bring in other actors, the probation services, the parents. There's something under the New Children Act which is called preliminary inquiry. We have to inquire, why did this child commit this crime? Why did this child offend whoever they offended?
Yeah.
So then we do that preliminary inquiry. Once the report comes back to court, we know the root cause. If it is a problem that cannot be resolved, then the child takes plea. But if it is a problem that this child is remorseful and is saying that I'm really sorry, and the community have said, we have never seen this child mess around, we can do with improving his behavior, then it goes to something called diversion. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I think I've heard about diversion.
Yes.
When you also, so in your breakdown of all this, you've talked about the prosecution. Does this child need a defense attorney?
Of course.
Okay.
Before the child, every child in this republic who offends,
Yeah.
They have a right to get a pro bono advocate. So before they even come to court, the first thing, when we are informed that there's a plea, there's a pro bono committee that then immediately appoints an advocate. They are called, and then they join the court virtually or physically if they may, and then the child gets representation right from their
Yes.
first arraignment in court.
Yes.
Yes.
And in all this process, there's no money involved.
Zero.
Interesting.
Na haya, hii ndio dialogue sasa.
Na hii ndio dialogue, si ndio? Yes. Also, so how can someone, let's say, when it comes to following up cases, I think let's just look at how our court system also handles cases. There are a backlog of cases, right? How do you deal with that? The fact that cases, we follow up on cases over and over and over. How does the court system handle with that so that we ensure that cases are processed as fast as possible?
Well, now you're calling upon me to blow my trumpet.
It's the dialogue now, Nelly.
Well, let me say it. Yeah, Tononoka Children Court is one of the best performing courts in this republic. And it is because of the processes that we have put.
Yeah.
In our court, there is no case that is ongoing that does not have a date. Every file, as long as it's ongoing, it has a date. So the way we keep tabs with cases is we ensure that for every file that comes to court, it lives with a date. Even if you're coming there for the first time to register a case, if you register it today, we'll give you a date for directions within 21 days. On the Diana, is it on the third Friday or third Friday? On the third Friday. Let me. How do I put it? On the 21st day, if the 21st day falls on a Saturday, then the Friday before the 21st day. If the 21st day falls on a Thursday, then the Friday soon thereafter. So every third Friday after you file your case, there'll be a mention for directions. And we call you to come and say, you filed a case with us. You know, initially, people used to file cases and go. If mtu analeta kesi kukustua. Maybe Salim, uko na mtoto mahali, umekosa umekosa kutekeleza majukumu yako.
Anakuja kunitisha.
Anakuja kukutisha yani, analeta ile kesi, afu anakuletea makaratasi anasema, wewe nakupeleka kotini. Utakipata. You see? Then they disappear. Then in our system, because you have filed a case, umeenda kutishia, Salim ameamua, bana, si hivyo, mimi tuketi tuongee.
But you already filed.
You filed and forgot.
2
years down the line, hiyo kesi haina tarehe. Nobody has ever followed it up. It creates backlog. So we sat down and said, apana, even if you file a case and you want to run away, we are going to call you back. In 21 days, we are coming for you and we are telling you, what have you done?
Yes.
Umefile kesi kama ulienda kutishia na basi, we want to know kama hizo vitisho zilifanya kazi. So after the directions, after the directions on the 21st day, if you don't come, we'll dismiss your case within 3 months. Yes, we give it a date for dismissal so that you're out of our system. Let us deal with those people that really wanted justice. Yes.
Okay, so you're saying within and how long would it take to complete a case?
Ordinarily, under the Children Act, all cases involving children must be cleared within 180 days. 6 months. But we are not yet there. We are not yet there, and that is why you see we are now putting in these structures of 21 days, 3 months. Because sometimes you file a case, then you realize this child is in school. So we can't get to talk to them until they close school. When they close school, say you filed your case in January. You're supposed to be ordinarily out of our system by June. But then we need to talk to this child. We can't get this child out of school. They have a right to education. Ama unapata the child is in a boarding school out of the county. So we have to wait for that child to come. So the child comes in April, we do our thing. Then again, something else arises. Circumstances change. All of a sudden, we are in August. We've already skipped the 6-month line. But then we are doing our best to try and put in structures to see whether we can meet that deadline. We have tried, I think mostly 1 year we can say, because in the ordinary courts, a case is supposed to take 1 year. But we are still getting there. We are trying our best. And then sometimes you find parties just don't want to proceed with cases. They want to prolong it. They want to keep going. In the children court, once you open a file, we may be through with you in that 1 year or in that 6 months, we have closed the case. But in a child maintenance case, custody and maintenance, that file will survive until the child is 18.
What do you mean?
Yes, you will come and agree. You will come and close the case. We will give you judgment. But children cases don't stop until the child turns 18, because remember, we may say the father pays school fees. That time the child is in a public school. CBE is here. The child transitions to grade 10. The child is admitted to a school in Nairobi, and the father can no longer afford, or along the line, one of them maybe is dismissed from work, or circumstances change. They are involved in something that they can no longer make an income. Where do they go? They'll have to come back and tell us, you remember my file? Yes, the child is now 15. And the mother has taken the child to an international school. I can no longer afford. So I want to call back the file so that we file for a review. So until that child turns 18. And again, the child may turn 18 before they finish school. You come back and say, we need to extend parental responsibility. We extend parental responsibility and that until that child attains the highest possible education. So a child's file never dies. The case may stop in court, but any circumstance, you just pull it out.
Why? Kwa nini mpaka 18? Kwa sababu ashakuwa mtu mzima.
Sababu koti ya watoto tunahudumia watoto. Sawa Sally.
Akishakuwa mtu mzima anapanda grade, mnaenda tena koti nyingine.
Akishakuwa mtu mzima basi mambo yetu na yeye tunafunga file. Kwa mfano, hata katika hizi kesi za jinai, criminal cases, tunaweza pata mtoto ameletwa. Hatujui umri wake. Na by the way, hii county kuna shida tu na wazazi kukuwa na birth certificate ama document za kuprove age. Tutakutuma hospitali. Tusema nenda Coast General kapimwe meno zako, kazi imefika 32 ama ziko less. Unaenda kule kwa dentist, anakupima, analeta report, anasema huyu mtoto kulingana na meno zake vile zimemea sijui nini, anaandika report yake, anasema mtoto yuko na miaka 19 ama 18. Tunanawa mikono yetu, tunakuambia
taratibu.
Nenda kwa koti inayoshughulikia watu wazima.
Wow.
Ni kumoto.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Ndio hii dialogue.
I didn't know that.
It is happening.
Diana, when you talk about court processes, right?
Yes.
What does that mean? What does a court process mean?
A court process means the entire life, all the procedures that you take during the entire life of a case. That is what a court process means.
Okay, and what are the procedures?
The procedures, maybe let me clarify that judiciary has moved to e-filing.
Okay.
We have initially we used to do physical, but now we are moving to paperless. Now we have systems into place, and we wish to appreciate the efforts of the Registrar Automation and the Chief Justice, because we are trying to bring justice closer to the people. So the process begins at the e-filing portal, whereby after you have drafted your pleadings, you know, in court you don't just come and say, this is what I want. There is a format prescribed on how you present your issues or your claims. So you file in the e-filing portal, and then the law guides us on the processes. The pre-trial conferences, that falls on the docket of Mheshimiwa. And you keep on updating your records or your documents in the e-filing system through your account if you're the plaintiff or you're the respondent in a criminal case. So anything you would wish the court to know, you update it in the e-filing portal, and then the other parties that are involved in the case have an access through the accounts. So they have also a right to respond through the e-filing system until the last process when the judgment or a decision is made, which is also uploaded into the system for everybody who is a party to have an access. Yes.
And what are some of the common cases, common mistakes that people make when handling their own cases?
Thank you, Miriam. Some of the common mistakes. Sometimes the choice of case types.
Okay.
Yes, whereby you have a miscellaneous case that falls under guardianship, but while you're selecting in the portal, you select a main suit, a civil suit. Those are the common mistakes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then you does that mean now you would advise somebody to get an experienced person to help when it comes to filing these cases?
Yes, Miriam.
Okay. What happens, if you can break this down, what happens from arrest to now judgment? If you're walking a normal Kenyan citizen, so I've been arrested.
Yes.
What happens?
Thank you, Miriam, for that question. I would wish to pick from where Honorable Nelly has left.
Yes.
After the police are done with the process that she has just discussed, and they file the charge in court, and the process, the hearing begins. So you have to hear the prosecution case, and then you have to hear the defense case. Then you'll give the court its time to make a decision based on the evidence that has been produced in court.
Yes.
Then a judgment is delivered or a decision.
Yeah.
After that, the judgment is executed depending on the terms on the judgment. Yes. That marks the closure after serving the sentence.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yes.
Sorry.
Proceed.
If any party is aggrieved by the decision that has been delivered, they have a right of appeal to the High Court, Family Division.
Okay.
Yes.
Nelly, what is the difference between a magistrate's court and the High Court? And how does one know where to file their case?
Okay. Thank you so much, Miriam. There is something called jurisdiction.
Okay.
Let me say pecuniary jurisdiction. The magistrates' courts can handle claims up to 20 million shillings only. And the 20 million cap is a chief magistrate's jurisdiction. We have in the magistrates court, we have magistrates from resident magistrate, senior resident magistrate, principal magistrate, senior principal magistrate, and chief magistrate. So, and then of course we have what we now call small claims courts. Ama wanasema koti ya madai madogo madogo. Anything below 1 million, now take it to the small claims court.
Okay.
Then from there, you now go to the resident magistrates court. And depending on your claim, or depending on who is presiding over your case, a resident magistrate is up to 5 million. Senior resident up to 7 million. Then we keep graduating until we get to the chief magistrate, who now handles a claim that does not go beyond 20 million. From there, if you have a claim that has any monetary value of over 20 million, then you go to the High Court. And the same cuts across. Now the Law of Succession Act was amended to allow also magistrates to handle estates according to their pecuniary jurisdiction under the Magistrate Courts Act. So meaning, if you have a succession case that does not go beyond 20 million, then you go to the Magistrates Court. We also have magistrates handling land cases. Yeah.
Yes.
So the same strand applies. But then in land, there are other complex issues that include maybe revocation of titles and such issues that only the Environment and Land Court can apply.
Yeah.
So that's the first difference, pecuniary jurisdiction. Then we also have the appeal. The High Court handles our appeals.
Okay.
Like if you're not satisfied in the magistrate's court with a criminal case, you appeal to the High Court within 14 days. If you're not satisfied with the magistrate's court in a civil case, you have 30 days to appeal. In the children court, if you're not satisfied with the decision, you appeal to the High Court Family Division. And if you're not satisfied with a criminal case, even in the children court, you apply to the High Court Criminal Division. So the High Court handles our appeals, basically, and the High Court have what we call original inherent jurisdiction. They can handle any matter. And matters of human rights, basically, are a reserve of the High Court.
Yeah.
So there is that jurisdiction that now differs. Ni kama kusema yani koti ya High Court ni koti kubwa, alafu koti ya mahakimu ama magistrates ni koti ambayo sasa inahudumia wananchi. It's like the first court of instance.
Yes.
Most people come to the magistrates court before they now go to the High Court.
Yeah.
Miriam, kabla ulize, kuna kitu hapo umesema 14 days na kuna nyingine ni 30 days.
Yes.
What's the difference? Mimi hata nilikuwa najua ni 14 days, kumbe kuna kwingine ni 30. Here ya 30 days, why 30 days na huku kwingine? The normal one yenye tunajua ni 14. Lakini kuna
cases za jinai, I think, criminal cases, yeah? You're given 14 days, unapewa siku 14 kwa sababu kumbuka kwamba wakati hakimu anatoa hukumu yake, anaweza kusema kwamba huyu mtu amepewa hukumu ya ndani, yani ya jela, utumikie kifungo cha muda fulani. Sasa kama haujaridhika, haitakuwa ni vizuri sana uende kuanza kukaa huko jela na wewe unajua kwamba nimehukumiwa kimakosa ama ningepata uhuru wangu. So hizo siku 14 zimewekwa ziwe fupi kwa sababu ya aina ya kesi. Yani ile ni criminal case. Unapewa siku chache ndio uweze kupigania haki zako, na ukumbuke kwamba pia katika criminal cases most of the time tuko na vitu zinaitwa exhibits. So ile exhibit iko na mtu ana claim. Inaweza kuwa hata ni exhibit ya kitu ya dhamani kubwa. So koti haina nafasi ya kuweka ile exhibit haswa kama yule mlalamishi anadai hiyo exhibit. So tutaiweka kwa ile muda mfupi, ndio kama wewe haujafanya appeal within that time. Basi koti inaweza sema hii exhibit iregeshewe yule mlalamishi. Lakini ukiweka appeal sasa itamaanisha hiyo exhibit inakuwa preserved ndio uweze kuitumia katika ile appeal yako. 30 days ni kwa civil cases. Kwa sababu kuna ule muda, kumbuka kwamba civil cases most of the time zinachukua muda mrefu, zina documents nyingi. So zile proceedings ku request hiyo procedure, alafu kwa kuappeal hiyo civil case una file notice of appeal kwanza, alafu file kitu inaitwa memorandum of appeal. Lakini kwa civil cases ni kwa criminal cases samahani ni it's a shorter procedure. Ndio maana ile period yake pia iko short. But unaweza omba extension. But unaenda huko juu kuomba extension.
Ni huko juu.
Unaenda kuomba uongezewe muda kwa sababu ambazo ziko valid.
Yeah. Okay. Is bail every citizen's right?
Absolutely.
Are there instances where somebody can apply for bail and they're denied?
Yes.
What are those instances?
Article 49 of the Constitution clearly states that every accused person has a right to bail.
Yeah.
Remember, in the previous Constitution, if you had committed robbery with violence or murder, you were not given bail. You would rot in jail, waiting for your case to proceed, even if it took 10 years.
Yeah.
But in this instance, in the Constitution of Kenya 2010, every citizen has a right to bail. The only thing that can make you be denied bail is what is called compelling reasons. Sababu za kutosha. Let me give you an instance.
Please.
and let me do it in Swahili.
Go ahead.
Unajua mapangale. Bas. That's the slang, right? When you come to court, for example, now I deal with children who are in conflict with the law.
Yes.
This child has been brought to court. And remember, I told you we do what we call preliminary inquiry.
Yes.
When we are doing that preliminary inquiry, we want to find out, why did this child end up in this court in the first place?
Yeah.
What is the community saying? Then you find the community saying, if you let this child go today, tomorrow, tunafanya ile kitu. Then we say, no. This child deserves a chance, but not outside there. Let this child stay at the remand home as they receive counseling, as they receive help, and then let the situation on the ground calm down. So at that point, there is a compelling reason for this child to be told, you can't go home today, because if we release you, your life is going to be in danger. The community does not even want to see you. And it also happens in the normal criminal justice system. You find maybe a crime has happened. Maybe somebody has been murdered. The ground is still hot. They are suspecting this person because in Kenya, in the Kenyan law, we say you're innocent until proved guilty
Yeah.
or otherwise. So the ground is really, or the public is baying for your blood. So if you're granted bail today, you've pleaded not guilty. You've gone through the rigors of seeing whether you are mentally okay at the time. Then you've been given a pro bono advocate. Bail has been applied. You're given bail, and you just walk out of that door. The next thing that will come is another case of murder, and this person will now be dead.
Yeah.
So there are compelling reasons and these compelling reasons don't come from the court. It has to come from the prosecution. It has to come from the investigating officer, who will then swear an affidavit and say that I don't want this person to be, or maybe it's a foreigner, they are a flight risk, they'll run away. So once they are released, or they don't have a known place of abode, then the court will say, no. You cannot be granted bail.
Yeah.
But it has to be a compelling reason.
Okay. Compelling reason. Now let's get into corruption.
Yes.
Which is something that affects different dockets in Kenya, right? If a citizen suspects corruption by a judicial officer, what should they do and where should they report this?
Okay. Thank you very much for your question, Miriam. Now, they say corruption is like a thorn in the flesh. We are doing our best to fight corruption at all costs. Now, if a citizen suspects that Honorable Nelly here is engaged in corrupt activities, number one, remember the Chief Justice has set up integrity committees in all courts. And at the Tononoka Children Court, we also have the integrity committee. This integrity committee comprises of different justice actors or stakeholders in the justice system. It's not only people from the court. We have people from organizations. We have the DPP. We have the Children's Services Department. We have religious representation.
Yes.
We have a representation even from IPOA, from the police department.
Yes.
All of them are stakeholders in the integrity committee. So if a person seeking justice feels like this person is engaging, not only maybe the magistrate or judicial officer, but even our staff are engaging in acts that corrupt activities, they have a right to report. At the Tononoka Children Court, we are setting up a hotline. The integrity committee is setting up a hotline. The judiciary itself has what we call judiciary ombudsperson. They can write to the judiciary ombudsperson and state their complaint and say, I went to court, this happened, I have no confidence in this court, and the judiciary ombudsperson will ticket that and send it back to us. There's a complaint against you, or there's a complaint against your court, and this is happening. Can you respond? And you're given 48 hours to respond. If you don't then respond, then they'll keep escalating the issue like that. So if there's any citizen that feels that they have not been served well, they can write to the ombudsperson or get in touch with the integrity committee. Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is, you know what, we've just basically had the dialogue today. So when will the dialogue take place, and what time?
Well, the dialogue is going to take place on Friday, 30th, which is tomorrow. At the Tonononga court, we appreciate that we have Muslim brothers who must go to for prayers.
Yes.
Starting, I think, about noon, Salim.
Yes.
So we are starting ours early at about 9.
Okay.
So that from 9 a.m., you're welcome. Come talk to us. Tell us anything you want to tell us. We are taking in positive feedback and we are taking in criticism, negative feedback. I was telling a colleague of mine, remember, we are not the first ones to ask people to come and talk to us.
Yes.
In the Holy Book, which is the Bible, there's a time God even called people and say, come, let us sit.
Yeah.
And let me hear from you. And from God, because he's almighty, he was saying, even if your sins are as red as scarlet, I will wash them and make them white.
Yes.
Now, as we are saying, come talk to us.
Yeah.
Even if our sins are as red as scarlet, come tell us how to wash them.
Yes, please.
So that we are able to serve you better. Because remember, the mandate of the judiciary comes from the people.
Yes.
We are the people are the ones who have employed us, and it is their taxes that are making us sit here to serve them.
Like
So
that.
if we are not doing it right, come tell us. And if there are ways we can improve our services, come tell us. Because every day it is my joy when I see a person saying, asante sana mheshimiwa, Mungu akubariki. I
That's a
feel so
blessing.
nice. It is a
It's
blessing.
yeah.
Now if somebody gets out of there and they are feeling, no.
Yes.
We want to know why you're feeling no. We want to know.
Exactly. You
Yes.
have heard it from Honorable Nelly Chipchirchir. She's a principal magistrate and also head of stations to Nanoka Children's Court. We also have been talking to Diana Mwenda. Mwenda, she's a court administrator to Nanoka Children's Court. Do not miss the Judiciary Dialogue Day, which will be taking place tomorrow. And you said it's in different courts, right?
All courts.
All courts. Yes.
Across the-
Tafadhali, kesho, go ask every single question that you want to ask. And of course, it's the only time you can ask alafu utapata the correct answers. And you said you also have advocates there.
Yes. At
Okay.
our court, we've
Yes.
asked advocates to join us.
Ah, great.
Yes.
Great. Thank you for making time.